What are you doing here? Wait a minute.
What? Huh? Hello? What?
Are we here right now?
I
Are
think
we
we are.
live? Are we
We are
live right
live.
now?
We're live.
Oh
Our
my.
first our first live stream, and boy, I didn't think it would happen tonight. Um
Well, I guess it did.
Welcome to the Cup, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where the tea is piping hot and we are ready to spill. And oh boy, we are ready to spill about the 11 celebrities we are about to obsess over for the next 3 weeks in Celebrity Big Brother Season 3. I'm Logan Murphy, tonight with a very large glass of wine because it's necessary.
And I'm Lana, here with my cup. It's empty, but
Oh.
I'm ready to get it filled up with all the juiciness we got going on tonight with Celebrity Big Brother. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it, because, babe,
It's
they dropped,
here.
they
It's
finally dropped him.
here.
We have,
Oh, uh,
we have been waiting and waiting and waiting for
uh-huh.
this cast to be released. And finally, during the Amazing Race, they said, "Hey, we'll give it to you." Finally, and they just dropped it, just like that. And we
They
found out
truly did.
they just like bam, there you go. They got 11 new castmates, celebrities going into this house.
Which makes me
Um,
think someone dropped last minute, because why is it
which
11?
I mean, 11 is a odd number.
It is, actually.
It's very much an odd number for Big Brother, and literally an odd number. But it's like it's a weird number to start, which I feel like maybe somebody dropped at the last minute, and there was no replacement to be had at the time.
Right.
But you know what? It's 3 weeks. 11 is
Right.
for 3 weeks.
I'll
It's
take
good.
11.
Right. I'm perfectly happy with 3 weeks with 11, and we can move this along.
Yes,
Because
yes, yes. 11 celebrities, 15 episodes, and 20 days, I think it is. 21 days.
okay.
So here's everything we know so far about Celebrity Big Brother Season 3. So we know it is premiering Wednesday, February 2nd. So that is next Wednesday. Oh
Yep.
boy, oh gee, oh gosh. And the finale will be Wednesday, February 23rd. So that is 21 days in the Big Brother house. It will also be counter programming to the Beijing Olympics, similar to season 1, where it was the counter programming to the Winter Olympics. Then, so that'll be oh so lovely. There are going to be 15 episodes, which is more than the first 2 seasons. So we're getting more Big Brother content, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet. I'm going to be very honest. And as always, Miss Chen-Moonves is back hosting, because you know she loves Celebrity Big Brother more than the civilian version. So,
Oh man. It is what it is. You like what you like. I'm not gonna
absolutely.
not gonna fault you, Miss Julie Chen-Moonves. I won't. But
Absolutely not.
we should jump into this cast because we have a little bit to talk about.
We got some people. Now the rumors have been out, all the things we've been speculating online for months at this point
Mhm.
about who is on, and we're going to show you. Here they are. 11 celebrities, I guess you could call most of them, going into the Big Brother house. What do we think of the cast overall, Lana?
Overall, I'm not really that mad at this cast.
I'm not. I'm not either. I'm really
I'm,
not.
I'm kind of like, you know what? Some of these people I know, some of them I don't, which will
Mhm.
make it very interesting for me to get a chance to get to know who these people are, those that I
Mhm.
don't, get to see the people that I do know and see how they are in this setting. So I'm not really that mad at the cast. Yes, sure, there's a few people we would have wanted to see on the in the
Uh-huh.
cast that is not here, but I feel like this cast gives us room to, I guess, see. It's not people we predicted. It's not the spoilers that came out. It's not anybody who we
No.
thought. I mean, those people would have been fabulous and amazing and great,
Mhm.
but I think this group is very unexpected, very much
Yep.
who nobody would have thought, and I don't think nobody's on this list that people said that was no spoilers on those fake accounts. So
I
except
there
Audrey.
were there are yeah, I was gonna say Carson, Todrick, and Mirai Nagasu were
I
people
had
I
no idea.
saw.
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see the her or Carson. I did see Todrick. Todrick was the obvious one, and so, but like everybody else is like, no, I didn't expect this. I didn't
Yeah.
know, realize this. I didn't think that, but I'm not mad at it. It's not a bad cast. It's very much
No.
all over the place. It's all different, you know, walks of people and very much from different places and arenas in the celebrity world. So,
Mhm.
I mean, none of us was expecting A-list celebrities. Or nobody expecting nobody like that.
No.
And but I was looking for like TikTok people, so I'm very much happy that they're not
Right.
YouTubers all over the place. So that's exciting for me to see. I'm very excited.
We
And so,
technically have one YouTuber,
yeah,
and that's
technically.
Todrick.
I mean,
Um,
technically, but like he is not just YouTube. So,
yep,
it's
yep.
it's it's good. It's not bad. I'm not mad.
No, I'm not either. Should we go like in order of this beautiful graphic that this
Yes,
Chen-Moonves
let's go through
draw?
the.
So first up, someone that I genuinely am very excited. We've already talked about him a little bit. It's Carson Cressley from the
Yes.
original Queer Eye, and now most well known as a permanent guest or a permanent judge on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yes.
I have become very, very, very familiar with Carson over the last few years. He's been on the judging panel, I believe, now for 6 years, 6 or 7.
Hmm.
Him and Ross Matthews
Hmm.
came on around the same time. So no doubt Carson will have had talked or yeah. Will he talked to Ross.
I'm sure.
Words are difficult. It's been a long day. I wasn't planning
Words
on
are
saying
hard.
words
Words
tonight.
are hard. Don't worry about it, Bestie. We got you. I got you.
He will have talked. Those are the words I was
Hmm.
trying to say. He
Hmm.
will have talked to Ross Matthews, obviously runner up from season 1. So
Yes.
he's going to know about the show. We're also getting a double dose of Carson right now because season 14 of RuPaul's Drag Race is currently airing. So it'll be
Hmm.
nice to see Carson live and Carson on the show. I'm
Hmm.
really excited to get to know him because obviously Drag Race fans will know him as the judge, and he provides the funny, a lot of the times, a lot of gay jokes and all of
Hmm.
that. But I'm really excited to get to know the person behind the Carson Cressley
Yeah.
a little
I
bit more.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Carson because like me, I was a Queer Eye fan from the
Mhm,
original Queer Eye fan. So that's where
mhm,
met Carson Cressley and
mhm.
became known to him with him through there. And I enjoyed him as on that show. I enjoyed him even the things that he did after that. And so I'm very much excited to see what Carson Cressley is like down,
Mhm.
off. Even though I don't know how off these celebrities are going to be, even because there's still cameras going on. So I feel
Yep,
like people are always still a little on, but I feel like in the Big Brother house, being in there in that environment all the time, 24
yep,
hours, people do tend to turn off and be like, you know what? So I would love to see what Carson Cressley is like off, and but
same.
also see how he interacts, and he's going to be that fun, lovable. I feel like he's going to be that likable guy that everybody talks to, and
Right.
Is he going to be that guy, that the sneaky guy, because he knows everybody's going to give him information? Is he going? What is going? How is Carson going to work? I'm excited to
Wow.
see, because I really feel like he can be somebody who gets all the tea, because everybody wants to be the bestie. Everybody
Yep.
want to talk to him, and he can be that person that gathers information and uses it to his
Yep.
advantage.
My big question is who is going to be his Marissa? Because
Mm,
I feel like Ross probably gave him the advice of find a bestie and stick with them. And hell, it did well for Ross.
it did,
And
but you don't.
in my opinion, still love Marissa, and she played a great game, but I still believe Ross should have won season 1.
Well, he definitely should have won. I feel like Marissa, but see, that's the problem with finding a bestie and sticking with them. You have to know if that bestie is possibly going to outdo you in the end. Because sometimes you might have to cut said bestie before the end. So you just have to read the room, see what's happening. If people ain't liking you like that cast did not appreciate Ross.
No.
And how he got rid of people, because Ross was smart, but he was sneaky, and people saw his sneak. Carson needs to play it where people, if he go be sneaky, don't let people see you sneak.
Yeah.
Then in the end, you can still be the bestie. So
Absolutely. I'm very excited. I want to say as well, I'm very excited to have 2 queer people. I think at least 2. There's at least 2. I don't know if any of the other people are queer, but I do really appreciate seeing 2 queer people on this cast. You're not wrong, Banishment.
you're
Not at
not
all.
wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
The people that know where Carson is and where Carson comes from are gonna know. So I hope he doesn't get targeted. The other big thing, we'll talk about Todrick in a little bit, but Todrick is also a recurring guest judge on Drag Race. So if any one of these people in this show are a fan, which I know our next lovely lady Mirai Nagasu is, because she's guest judged as well with Carson. There's a lot of Drag Race connection here, which I still wish we had Shangela. That was the spoiler I wanted to be true. I wanted Shangela on this damn season, and I'm mad she's not there. But you know what? If we're not going to get Shangela, I guess Todrick and Carson are the next best thing. In a way. If it's not going to be a drag queen, I appreciate that there's 2 queer men on this cast.
Yes.
So
yes.
We'll talk about Todrick in a little bit, but shall we move on to Mirai Nagasu?
Sure, please, because she is one I do not know that well.
So she is an Olympic figure skater. I thought she was actually going to be competing in the Olympics this year.
Me too. Guess not.
Clearly not. But yeah, she is an Olympic bronze medalist, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But
yes,
I believe
you
she's
are
a bronze
correct.
medalist.
You are correct.
When Miss Chen-Moonves put out her hint video earlier this evening, a lot of people went to either Mirai or Adam Rippon as the person.
Adam just got married, so Adam is like,
Exactly.
I'm living my honeymoon life. I am not trying to jump in the Big Brother right now. So.
And Mirai has been out of the Olympics long enough that, you know what, this is going to be really cool. She's the other person, I think, out of everybody. Her and Carson are the 2 that I'm honestly most excited to get to know, like the person behind Mirai Nagasu, because we know her as this like composed figure skater and all of that. I'm excited to see, like, what does she eat? Like, honestly, I'm like, what does she eat? What restrictions did she give the producers? Are we gonna have an infinity pool again? Like,
ice rink or something. I don't know.
An ice rink.
An ice rink for her to train on.
I don't know, but I'm really excited that she's on this cast.
Like I said, she was somebody who I wasn't very familiar with, but when I love figure skating, by the way, and I just hadn't, been paying that much. I usually pay much more attention to figure skating closer to the Olympics, so I would be starting to watch now. But since she's not on,
she competed in the 2018 Winter.
Okay. Makes sense.
I believe that was her bronze, was in 2018.
Okay. Well, then,
Yeah.
I am interested. I love, athletes always go in with a certain kind of reputation
Yeah.
and our expectations. So
Hmm.
I'm ready to see what she brings.
Yep.
Like you said, what is she like on her downtime? What is she like now
Hmm.
that she's not training? What is
Yeah.
she what's her restriction? What's her
Right.
diet? What is she like? You know what? I'm not training. F that diet. She can make it out
Right.
diet and I'll eat everything. So
Right.
I'm interested in seeing what she brings, and
Hmm.
yeah,
Absolutely. Well, next up is Lamar Odom.
I am excited. This is why
Are you?
I
Okay.
am. I am. I wish nothing
Okay.
but the best for Lamar Odom. I
Okay.
want nothing but good things for Lamar Odom because he has been through hell and back, and
Yep.
the fact that this man went through everything he went through, drug rehabilitation centers and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
still was able to bring himself out of that. Anybody who goes through that, I am rooting for them,
Of course.
period.
Yeah.
And I am rooting for him. And he's went through a very public relationship with the family that I will never name because I don't care anything about any of them. But um, he went through a lot with those people, and
Messy.
it was messy, it was gross, and they treated him like a dog,
Hmm.
even though a lot of his issues stemmed from them. Well, some of those issues stemmed from them. I won't say a lot, but
Yep.
some of those issues stemmed from them. And
Hmm.
so now the fact that he is out of that hellhole of a
Hmm.
family and he is back on his own and he is better and he is sober and he is doing his thing, I say kudos to Lamar Odom. I'm glad he gets this opportunity to do this. I wish nothing but the best for him. Do I think he's going to win? I don't know. I'm not putting all my eggs in his basket, but I hope he does well because not only did he go through all of that, he's still older and in this competition and
Hmm.
sometimes these competitions aren't built for older people, but
Yeah.
he's an athlete
Yep.
still.
Yep.
So I feel like I wish nothing but the best for Lamar Odom. I want him to succeed. I want
Hmm.
him to do well. I want him to rid himself of those people
Hmm.
and just do good. And people remember him for the great basketball player that he was and
Yep.
or is, and a good man who can go through trials and tribulations and get himself through.
Yep.
So I wish nothing but the best for him.
I honestly didn't really know much about the drug rehabilitation and all of that. I'm going to be
Mm.
very honest. I know Lamar through a family we will not mention
Mm-hmm.
lens.
Mm-hmm.
And so knowing all of that, it's kind of honestly changed my perspective right now of him. And you know what? I'm going to agree. I'm very excited to see why he's here. I think that's my biggest thing is like, it's the why for me. And a lot of these people were probably contacted by their, managers, whatever, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I'm excited. I'm interested and I'm excited and I'm ready to see what
Mm-hmm.
he's going to provide.
And I feel like it's like he, even if it was his manager called and wanted him to re you know
Hmm.
come rebuild his reputation. What I feel like a lot of people who come into the Big Brother house as celebrities are doing that. They're rebuilding their brand. They need
Yep.
a way to, to stay relevant or whatever,
Yep.
or continue to be relevant.
Hmm.
So I'm not mad at it,
Yeah.
and I hope that he gets what he wants from this experience. But I
Absolutely.
also hope he is not a meta world peace. I don't want
Let's
a meta world
pray.
peace.
Let's
I don't need
pray.
that because the last time we had a basketball player in the house, they were a disappointment and he just left. Yes, pray,
Pause, pray, proceed. Yep.
because yeah, we just need him. I want him to be as I want him and I want all of these people. I want them to be in the game, be in the moment. I don't want nobody saying I want to quit because my daughters or my kids are at home. Why are you here if you have kids at home that you can't be away from for 3 weeks?
My breast milk is depleting
I mean,
and I have to go
I
home.
need everybody to want to be there, and I
Yep.
want that for everybody, not just Lamar, but I want that for everybody, and I want everybody
Agreed.
to fully submerge themselves into this experience,
Yep.
these 3 weeks, and just be present and be a part. I don't want no quitters. I don't.
Yep.
You quit. You. The minute somebody say I want to go home, I'm tuned out from them.
Yeah. I think now that there have been 2 seasons, I think people will understand the requirement a little bit
Yeah.
better than they did on season 1.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that that's the case.
Yeah. Me too.
And we're just gonna have to wait and see, honestly.
We.
Next up, we have Todd Bridges, best known from Different Strokes and Everybody Hates Chris, which is where I know him from.
I know. I
Yeah,
am Different Strokes.
yeah,
I am of the Different Strokes era.
yeah,
Todd Bridges. What you talk about, Willis? Come
yeah.
on, like I was excited to see Todd Bridges, another one who has gone through so much
Oh, really? Okay.
drugs and all
Mhm,
kind of things, been through a lot,
mhm,
and is coming out of it. And I can do nothing but want the best for him
yeah,
as well, because he is an older man. He's been around for a long time. He's
mhm,
been in shows, he's been in movies, he's done a lot in his career. And I feel like sometimes people don't respect what he's done because of the bad things that happen in his life.
sure.
So I feel like now that he is trying to be better. Hopefully, he'll
Mhm,
continue to be better. I'm not saying that I think all these people are the best. I'm just saying I just want them to do well.
mhm.
Win or not win, I just want them to do well. I want them to walk into this house and then walk out better than they did when they walked in, or unscathed at least. I don't want
Couldn't.
no
Yep.
no foolishness on the live feeds.
Oh boy, live feeds are gonna be fun with this group. I can't wait. Yeah, so
Cannot.
I am vaguely familiar with Todd Bridges, I'll be very honest. I watched Everybody Hates Chris growing up, so I knew who he was when the cast was revealed. But otherwise, like I unfortunately I really don't know a lot about him, so I'm excited to get to know him as well. I'm
Mhm.
excited to get to know all these people, minus one. Um, we'll talk about her.
Okay.
But I'm very excited for Todd. It's a little bit of an out of the box casting choice.
Mhm.
From my perspective at least. Wouldn't have expected Todd Bridges to be on Celebrity Big Brother. But nevertheless, I'm very excited to see what he provides to the game of Big Brother.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's been doing um reality shows in the
Mhm,
past, and so I'm like, I think this is not too far fetched from him, but
mhm.
it's like I wouldn't have expected to see him on this season of Celebrity Big Brother, like maybe first season, but
Sure.
maybe not this season. So I feel
Mhm.
like it's fine. No, I
Yeah,
love the choice. I'm happy for the choice. And I'm glad that he gets the opportunity to do it. Look, a paycheck is a paycheck, people, and
absolutely.
some of these people aren't working regularly like they used to.
Yeah,
So this is a check. This is an opportunity. This is a place for them to get back out there and be seen again in front of people.
yeah.
Because we all know in Hollywood, it's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who
It's
you
who you
know.
know. Mhm.
And you need to be seen in order to be out there. So they are doing their job. So I am not
Yep,
mad at any of them.
yep. Very, very that. We move on from Todd Bridges, and we're going to talk about Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC, and I know Lana is very excited. I also want to point out, I will probably be referring to him at some point as Chip Skylark because I grew up with fairly odd parents. No, I'm going to call him Chris. Don't worry, Lana. But he is also very well known as the voice of Chip Skylark from uh, Fairly Odd Parents. There was going to be a boy bander, not the one I was expecting.
I mean, I thought it was well, I knew it wasn't going to be Lance because Lance had twins recently, and so I was sure he wouldn't do it, even though Lance is a Big Brother super fan,
Yep.
and he probably wanted to do it and would
Yeah.
do it, but he just had twins, so we can't expect him to leave his partner with two new babies so very close right
Yeah.
now. So, but then I thought, okay, if not Lance, it's probably going to be like AJ from the
I
Backstreet Boys.
thought AJ. I thought AJ.
And I'm like, it's gonna be AJ from the Backstreet Boys, which me personally, I would have rolled my eyes because not a fan. But it is what it is. And but then it wasn't. But then I was like, if it's not Lance, it might be Joey Fatone from NSYNC. I was like, it'll probably be Joey because Joey's game show hosting. He's
Yep.
done that.
Yep.
He's done, other things. He's been on Food Network from time to time.
He's in the universe.
Right. People still know Joey Fatone. He's out there and he's one of those guys who I would feel would do reality TV.
Sure.
But when it came down and it was Chris Kirkpatrick, I was shocked, but I was not mad at all. Me being the NSYNC super fan that I am, and I'm very proud to admit that. I was very excited to see Chris Kirkpatrick. I don't know who this Chip Skylark is. People can call who the cartoon. I know, Fairly Odd Parents. I get it. Seen it, saw it.
Sure.
His mama named him Chris. I'm gonna call him Chris. That's
I'm gonna call him Chris as well. But
put some respect on his name, everybody. That is Chris Kirkpatrick, one of the best highest voices in the boy band world. He's great. I love him. I'm very happy. Sure, would I have loved to see JC Chazelle? Sure, but he wouldn't do this. He wouldn't do this. He wouldn't, but that's still my fave. But I love Chris so much, and I'm so excited to see him on the show. I've seen him during the NSYNC days growing up and how crazy, wild, goofy he is. So I want to see how this older Chris, how he is, first of all, being older, but still crazy because he's still very much a fun-loving, kind of guy. So I would love to see how he meshes with this house and with these housemates, how they react to him. I'm excited. I'm excited for Chris.
I saw NSYNC and I said, oh boy, Lana's excited. I'm excited for it. Again, an unconventional casting choice, honestly. Because I agree with you. I think I would have probably predicted either either AJ or Joey Fatone would probably be the person I would immediately think. Especially because Joey's done like Masked Singer, which one person on this cast has done. We'll talk about Todrick. We're almost there. We're almost to Todrick. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited to see where he ends up in the house, and I hope he doesn't go early because I would like to see him kind of almost maybe be the Tom Green of the season.
Wait, better attitude than Tom Green.
Of course, yeah. Tom Green was questionable, but. Next up, I'm very excited about this one. Cynthia Bailey from The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we knew we were going to get a Real Housewife. It's happened the last 2 seasons. It's going to happen this season. We got 2. We'll talk about the other one. But I'm so excited. I was shocked when Cynthia Bailey popped on my phone screen. Shocked. Because I never would have pegged her as someone to do it. And I'm so pleasantly surprised that she is on this cast.
I am, I'm not a big Housewives fan, so I don't really know all the Housewives like that. I do know Cynthia. I've seen, I watched Atlanta's Housewives, of course.
Atlanta is the only one I pay attention to, honestly.
Atlanta's, pretty much. Like if I'm gonna watch a Housewives season, it's gonna be Atlanta.
Yep.
But I do know of Cynthia, and I don't know. I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked. I don't know if that makes sense that she did it.
No, it does. I mean,
I feel like I wasn't shocked that she did it, but I was shocked that I don't know why I was shocked. I'm not really that shocked because if you're
Mhm.
gonna do Housewives, Big Brother is not a big step from Housewives.
No.
It's just you. This one is just more competitions, and the other one is just you
Yeah.
living your life. So
True.
I think anybody who's done a reality show, any one reality show is just like the next reality show. You
Mhm.
just have to do other things. So I wasn't really shocked that she did it, but I'm happy that she did it.
Yeah.
Now tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody said and I could have read wrong. Was she not on the next season of Housewives or on this season of Housewives? Was she?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so I did read that
I
right. That she
typically
was.
Yeah, so I typically wait for the season to run and then I binge all of it at
Mm,
once when
okay.
I'm like in a housewives mood. That's typically
Hmm.
how I watch. From what I know, I don't believe she's on this season because I believe there's a season actually filming at the moment, which would make sense
Hmm.
as to why she wasn't there.
Right.
But yeah, I believe so. Someone correct us in the chat or the comments if you're watching this afterwards. All of those things because I'm unsure about that.
Yeah, I think I read
Um,
somewhere that she was let go from the Housewives because of something. I don't know why, but that will make sense why she's here and she's going to be in the house. And so I'm interested to see if the sassy from the Housewives franchise, how it works. I mean, we've seen it 2 seasons with Brandy and with Candy.
with Candy, yeah.
And so, and both of them did pretty well in the house. Candy
Mhm.
better than Brandy, but
Yeah.
I feel like I think this is I feel like she'll be fine. I feel like if she
Yeah.
doesn't win, she'll definitely be towards the end. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm not feeling early boot for her,
Yeah.
but I'm definitely seeing
Mhm.
um her in maybe some drama. I don't
Yeah.
know.
So yes, she did announce in September that she was leaving Real Housewives of
Mhm,
Atlanta after 11 seasons.
mhm,
From what I know, Bravo has not responded since then. They really didn't say anything. Um, but yes, Cynthia is no longer. She did 11 seasons, but she's no longer a
okay.
housewife. I honestly thought because there seems to be like, and all the reality shows are connected, and now Celebrity Big Brother has been a part of that. I
Mhm,
honestly expected if we were going to get a housewife, I honestly expected it to be Kenya Moore,
mm, yeah,
mostly because she had just done Dancing with the Stars,
stars, right. The
and I would have.
same.
And
Mm.
Kenya is one of my absolute favorite housewives, so I would have
See,
loved Kenya.
that is why when they said a former basketball player, I thought it was going to be Iman Shumpert because
I
he
also,
just
yeah.
did Dancing with the Stars. But then they said he
But
was linked,
he won, so
right?
he doesn't need it. Yeah.
But then they said he was linked to
Hmm.
a reality family. And I was like, no, not
Well,
him.
that's Lamar point blank, period.
It could have
Excuse
been him
me.
or Blake or Chris Blake because Chris
Oh, I
Griffin,
forgot
Chris
about
Griffin
that. Yeah.
could have been Chris Griffin because he was also linked to
Yep.
that treacherous family.
Yes.
But
Yep.
yeah, but yeah, they picked the right one because Chris. Bleh.
Cynthia, I think Cynthia is going to provide the entertainment. She
Yes.
knows what kind of show she's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and she knows that people are going to be watching 24/7. And I
Yes.
think we're going to get the entertainment value out of Cynthia because
Yes.
she gave us the entertainment in those early seasons that she was on Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
She gave us the entertainment. And so I'm very excited for what she has to bring. I agree with you. I think she is going to be someone that we see for the majority of the season
Mm-hmm.
because and I hope she doesn't fall into the Dina Lohan position.
Mm.
I fear it based solely on her age,
Mm.
but I hope that that isn't a factor.
Well, see, this is the thing with that though. This cast is all generally older. It's a very
The
much older cast. The youngest person would
is
probably.
Mirai.
Right. So I'm feeling like the age won't
Mhm,
be the factor with
mhm,
this group. I feel
yeah,
like it's definitely going to come down to who meshes well personality wise. And I feel like who just vibes. is what it's going to come down to, because age is not going to be a thing, because this group is an older cast. And so I feel like, vibes and personalities are definitely going to be what drives this cast.
And I honestly think I think either with this next person we're going to talk about, Cynthia and Todrick are either going to be best friends or hate each other. There is no in between. Let's move on to Todrick, because we've known that Mr. Todrick Hall was going to be on the show for a while. If you're a part of the Big Brother Twitter community, then you know. And
look, if you're part of the Big Brother fandom all the way around,
then you know.
You knew, because Todrick did what we call auditioned for this role. He auditioned for this role since Big Brother 23 got off the air.
I would say even started. Because if you've been living under a rock, Todrick is a Big Brother super fan, best known for his YouTube career, his singing career. He's been a recurring guest judge and choreographer on RuPaul's Drag Race as well, and most recently was the runner-up of the most recent season of The Masked Singer, which he did fabulous, but you can't beat Jewel. I'm so sorry, babe. And hosted the cookout from BB23 in his home for about 2 months.
It was a lot.
BB23 really went from June to October with how long the cookout and other members, mostly jurors, spent in this man's home. We saw the meeting of Tiffany and icon, legend, and star Davon Rogers in his home. We saw Hannah and Davon meet in his home. He has learned from one of the best modern Big Brother players, because you know damn well in the downtime, Todrick was like, Tiffany, give me some pointers. Because you know that had to have happened.
I feel like Todrick set himself up to be like the Cody of Derek's All-Star season. He literally sat in his own home with every member of the cookout at some point, but maybe not every member.
I think every juror as well.
Definitely every juror, and I think Xavier is the only one who wasn't like, no, he was there.
He was there at some point.
At some point. So literally every member of the cookout and every juror member went through to Todrick's home and spent time with him. And I'm sure he talked and picked and got stuff from each and every single one of them that he can bring into this game. He knows he talks strategy with Tiffany, social skills with Hannah, and and everybody in between. Like everybody could have gave him a tidbit of something that worked for them that he could use to get into this house. So I feel like Todrick, and not to mention he guest stars on RuPaul Drag Races, like you said, judge and choreographer, talks to Ross Matthews.
Him and Carson are already in alliance going into the game. You know damn well two of them are going to be aligned.
If they are aligned, they better be quiet about it, because people will already come in saying this is a drag race alliance and we need to split them up. He needs to make sure if we splitting stuff up, he ain't the one they get going for first. So he needs to play within his own alliance. He needs to make sure that he is not the first one they go after. But he did what he had to do. I'm sure he still probably talked to them up until the day he got sequestered and moved into the house.
The cookout probably knew that he was going in before he knew he was going in.
Hannah was making little tweets, and so like she knew. She knew. So I feel like he had them on speed dial right before he was going in. Was like, okay, what's the last minute things I need to do and know and learn about going into this house? So he knows. And yeah, he
Yep.
uh-huh.
No, I remember
Yeah.
he did. I remember his Instagram stories from the
Yes.
summer where he was watching live feeds. He is
Mhm.
the super fan of the season.
He was definitely a super fan, and especially in this past season because he was very much invested, like we all were
Yep.
in this season because of the cookout, and everybody was watching it because of the cookout and watching and
Yep.
watching. So he was very much invested. So yeah, he definitely went in with a lot of um with a lot of, I guess, his own knowledge, what he wanted, but
Yep.
he definitely got a lot of information and a lot of things. So he
Yep.
is someone to watch. He is someone who I'm not a huge fan of his outside of the show. I mean, it's some
Yeah.
things that I've learned about him that I'm not that
Same.
very much like, oh, he's great. But maybe what the stuff that occurred outside the house, if he can change my mind inside the house, I'm very much open for that.
Yeah.
But I feel like he got a leg up, and it's nothing wrong with that. It's just what you do with it, because some people can have that same leg up and don't know what to do with it.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Either we're gonna be seeing Todrick on the last day of on the finale in some capacity, or he's going home first. There's no in between. Because if people know, if anyone in this cast, other than Carson, because I know Carson will keep him close, if any one of those other 9 people know how connected he is to Big Brother, they're going to target him first.
And this is the thing. He might be like the what was his name? James Bennett?
Jonathan Bennett.
Jonathan Bennett.
That's what
Because
I fear. That's what I
I
fear with
fear
Todrick.
he
Yeah.
can be like Jonathan Bennett because he's a super fan. And as sometimes as super fans, we go in wanting to tell everybody how much of a super fan we are. And
Yep.
folks are like, ooh, you know too much.
I
You gotta let
I
him
feel
know.
like Todrick knows better.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
feel
feel
like
like Tiffany would have told him better. Like,
And honest to God, if Tiffany and Hannah support this man, then I'm going to support this man in this house. I know some bad things about him, that he doesn't pay his dancers and all the things. We know all the things. If my queens from BB23 support this man, then I'm going to support this man right now. I can support him for now until the 23rd of February of 2022. And then after that, we'll see. But we've known, and I am excited to see what Todrick has to bring.
Yeah. I feel like I am at the point where I am with everybody in this cast. I'm not closing myself off to anybody because I really don't know a lot of people, but I'm open to see whatever they can, everybody needs a second chance. I like giving chances and second chances to people. Prove me wrong. That's what I'll say. Todrick, you prove me wrong. It's been people who I've seen going in. I'm like, ooh, not a fan, but they come out better. And I'm like, you know what? Not that mad at it. So, Christian, 23, at the beginning of the season, I was like, I don't know about this dude.
You were not a fan of Christian. And you
Not a
came
fan
out
of Christian. I was like,
kind of a fan of Christian.
I was like, I don't really know none. I was looking for Garrett, I guess. I don't know.
Not Garrett.
But I wasn't. But Christian got in the house and proved me completely wrong. And he walked out and I adored him. And I am still a fan of Christian. I think he's a pretty cool guy. So
he's cute.
And he's definitely cute.
Yeah.
So Todrick proved me wrong.
Sure. We move on to someone I don't think either one of us know. So next up is Misha Tate. She is a UFC fighter and the former UFC women's bantamweight champion. Now, we knew because of Miss Natalie Eva Marie that there was going to be a purple-haired female fighter in the house.
I'll say Natalie did it better, but okay.
Natalie did it better. I mean, all the women on this season are beautiful.
They're gorgeous. Yeah,
and I have theories when we get to a little speculation at the end as to why there's only 5 women. We'll talk about it. But yes, I know nothing about this woman other than her nickname is Cupcake.
Huh.
And you know what? I'm on
Okay.
board.
Okay. I
I
mean,
I
it's
I
it's an oxymoron for me. You know, you're a UFC
sure.
fighter and your name is Cupcake.
Sure.
Cute.
Is she a fan of Cupcake the rapper? Now that's the question that we need answers to.
Is she a fan of Cupcake the rapper, or she's just a fan of cupcakes?
Both, I hope.
I would be
We're
very
hoping.
much I will be very sad if I don't see her eat a cupcake on the show
Right. There needs to be cupcakes at some point.
at some point.
Misha, I'm looking directly at you. But no, I know nothing about this woman, and that's what
Mhm.
makes me really excited. Is that there's I think two people I know nothing about.
Mhm.
And so, like, that's kind of cool for me because I have a fairly extensive pop culture knowledge.
Mhm.
I know a little bit about most things.
Mhm.
So I'm really excited. I mean, there was going to be like a fighter. We knew that was going to be the case. We had Chuck Liddell and Natalie Eva Marie.
Mhm.
Um, Literally me. I know nothing about her, but I support. Sure.
Exactly.
I'm going to support her until she gives me a reason to not to.
Not to. I
So
I like the fact that, like you said, we don't know anything about her. Um, and I also like the fact that they didn't go with a typical male UFC fighter because we know UFC is a male dominated sport and the women are doing what they doing. They're kicking butt
yeah,
in the ring just like everybody else. So I was glad to see that they chose a woman to be the UFC fighter that represents Big Brother,
yeah,
this celebrity season.
yeah.
And because I mean, I'm a fan of WWE, so I know of a lot of
I was gonna say, where's Bianca Belair? That's who
uh,
I wanted,
Bianca
honestly.
Belair is busy. She is
Is
booked and
she?
busy actually doing her thing. She actually
Good,
working.
good.
So, she unlike Eva Marie at the time, she wasn't fired from the corporate. She's not fired from the
Sure,
company. So
sure, sure.
and so, I mean, and little we know, Eva Marie could come back right now because she ain't got no job. But that's just me.
Uh-huh. Who would you have wanted to see if there was gonna be a female fighter of your choice that you
Of
think
my
would
choice,
do it? That you think would do it? Who would you have picked? I'm kind of curious.
you know, I would have wanted to see. But first of all, they couldn't be working, so they couldn't be in the
Yeah,
company or working for WWE or AEW or whatever, or
sure,
doing the independent circuit right now.
sure.
So I would have wanted to see somebody like. Mm, maybe I don't. A lot of people might not know her, but her wrestling name was Nia Jax, and
I
she was
that name is familiar.
she just
Yeah,
got let go from the company a little while ago because she just
yeah.
she chose her. I applaud her because she chose herself and mental
Good,
health
good.
over work and
Oh,
career.
fabulous.
And
Great.
so I love her, and she's beautiful. She's cousins with The Rock, and
Oh, yeah, I know her. Yeah, I know her.
she's
Uh-huh.
beautiful. She's a
Oh, yeah.
plus size model
Period.
and athlete and
Period.
everything. Like I would have
Period.
loved to see her in the house
Mhm.
and see her do her thing.
Sure.
But I don't know if she would have done it, but I would have loved to see her. If I was gonna pick somebody who was actually still working, but could take some time off, maybe like, Naomi, Trinity Fatu, if y'all don't know
Uh-huh.
her, but
Yep.
Naomi,
Mhm.
Feel the Glow, a Bianca Belair,
Yeah.
definitely, a Sasha Banks
Oh, sure. Yep.
for sure, but,
Absolutely. Yeah.
these ladies are Bailey. Bailey from the WWE.
Sure.
She is also injured right now, so she had time off.
Yeah.
So she could have done it. I would love to see it, but I don't think she would have done it. I don't think
I mean, what based on her injury, it might have limited competition
true. And I
things,
think
maybe.
she's
So
trying maybe not to risk injuring herself more to come back so she can go back to work.
sure.
Sure, sure,
Sure.
sure.
Sure,
Or
sure,
if
sure.
even though uh, I hate to say this, one of the Bella twins, but they just had babies,
Right.
so
Yeah.
they wouldn't want to leave their babies either.
Truly. Yeah, there were a lot of people that were rumored that literally like just gave birth. Like
Mm-hmm.
I saw a rumor that had one of the Bella twins.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else that was highly rumored and allegedly CBS wanted was Colleen Ballinger, aka
Yeah.
Miranda Sings, who I am
Mm-hmm.
obsessed with, and would have fit in perfectly with this cast because most people probably wouldn't know that her and Todrick Hall are like literally family.
Mm-hmm.
Like they performed on Broadway together in
Mm-hmm.
Waitress.
Okay.
So like they would have been attached at the hip. Colleen is also a Big Brother fan, so she would have known better than to like attach herself to Todrick the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But they would have been the night one, let's run into the back room together and freak out because oh my god, we're both on Big Brother together. Like
Right.
that would have happened, but she just had twins. So
Yeah.
eventually I'd love to see her because she is a Big Brother fan. I'm hopeful. But regardless, I'm excited for Misha.
Me
Again,
too.
I know nothing, and I'm
Nothing.
going in with fresh eyes, and I'm very excited about that.
I'm excited to see.
Because I can't go in with fresh eyes on our next person. And that's Teddy Mellencamp.
I don't know her either. I'm going in with fresh eyes.
So good.
I know she's the daughter. I know she's the daughter of John Mellencamp.
Yep.
But that's all I know.
So she is our other housewife.
Oh.
So she was on 3 seasons of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and is a self-proclaimed accountability coach.
I think I read that about her, and I'm like, what the heck does that mean?
From what I've heard from people and seen with my own eyes, incredibly fat phobic, and her accountability bullshit is not real, nor is it good. She really should not be calling herself an accountability coach because she can't keep accountability for herself. This is the what the fuck casting choice for me. And I don't have anything else to say about her, I'm gonna be honest.
Like I said, I didn't know who she was, but I did read a little bio of her. I tried to, do a little research before we got on the air who we were talking about.
Same.
And I saw that it said she was an accountability coach, and I was like, what the heck is that? I don't know what that means. But now hearing what that means to her is kind of like interesting because I don't think people will take very kindly to her trying to hold people accountable in a Big Brother house.
If people know who she is, she's gonna get targeted right off the bat.
I'm going to say, just off of that knowledge, I'm hoping she's first boot.
Me too.
Okay. I don't really.
She's the only person I very much so dislike on this cast. She's the only one. Everyone else I'm open to, but
I will still go in with fresh eyes because, like I said, I don't know her.
Sure.
She really only has one night to get me on her side because really,
yep.
As of right now, no. So she really need to turn me around really quick, or she can go for me. Moving on.
Moving along, we have Shannon Mulder. Moekler? It's Moekler. Shannon Moekler. Shannon Moekler.
Shayna.
Oh, is it Shayna?
It's Shayna Moekler.
Shayna Moekler, great. So she was the runner-up at Miss USA 1995, but then when the winner of Miss USA ended up winning Miss Universe, she became Miss USA. So she is Miss USA 1995. And she's a model, and that's really all I know about her, I'm gonna be honest.
She's a mother. She's the mother of some children. Her father, baby's father, is Travis. Travis from Blink-182, who's now dating.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she's part of that.
Okay.
So I feel like her and Lamar has some things they could talk about.
Yeah.
And I would love them to talk all the smack about that treacherous family. But I'm sure Shane is like really not really caring because she's over it and him and them. And she's moved on with her life. She's a mom. She has very beautiful children. I think their relationship is okay.
Sure.
I don't think there's bad blood between the two of them.
Sure.
But I do remember Shayna from I forgot what she was on, but it was another show that I watched her on. I want to say The Apprentice or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I did know who she was. Um
Okay.
and yeah, she's I don't really have anything bad or negative to say about her. I don't really know a lot about her besides the little stuff, but
Uh-huh.
I'm
Well, she was on Dancing with the Stars,
that's what it was.
I
Dancing
think.
with the Stars. She was on Dancing with
Yeah.
the Stars. That's what it was. Yeah.
She's had other
I'm like,
things. I'm just looking. Regular in 1998 on the TV drama Pacific Blue.
mhm.
Um, oh, she was on the Friends spinoff Joey.
Okay.
Um, yeah, she was on the 3rd season of Dancing with the Stars, but eliminated in week 2.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
it would have been Dancing with the Stars, I believe is what you would have known
Yes.
her from.
Yes.
She's the other person that I'm kind of going in with completely fresh eyes. I don't really know a whole
Mhm.
lot about her.
Mhm.
I'm really excited because I came out of season 1 really liking what was her name? Oh no, Miss Columbia. What was her name?
Oh, Adriana.
Was it Adriana?
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh,
I came out of season 1 really liking or Ari. No, it's not
Ariana. Ari. Ariana.
Ariadna. I
Ariana.
got it.
Ariana. Yes.
Ariadna. Yes. I came out of season 1 really liking Ariadna. Overall, she was perfectly fine. The alliance of her, Brandy, Ross, and Marissa was like the them against Omarosa was the best part of season 1. But yeah, I'm excited. It's fresh eyes for me, so I'm really excited to see what she has to bring. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
We move on to our last celebrity, and that is Chris Kattan, known mostly from SNL.
Yes. I'm a
That,
fan.
that's where I know him from. So,
That's where I know him from too.
mhm.
I am a fan. I particularly love Chris Kattan. I'm excited to see him in this house because I feel like Chris Kattan can go one of two ways. And I'm excited to see which way he goes because a lot of times people expect comedians to be just so funny all the time and on and blah blah
Yep.
blah. But we also know that a lot of comedians are going through a lot. That's
Yep.
what makes them comedians and funny and doing their thing. They
Mhm.
I'm not saying that Chris Kattan is one of those torture comedians who, going through a lot of pain to laugh and whatever. But I like seeing comedians when they're not on
Mhm.
and seeing how they are when they're not
Agreed.
trying to be the funniest person in the room,
Mhm.
you know? So I'm excited to see how he is going because Chris Kattan is a shy person. He's not very
Mhm.
much. Definitely a private person. He's not that loud.
Yeah.
We've seen him on SNL and his characters like Bingo, and he's not that person. And
Yes.
so I'm excited to see how he is in the house and how
Yep.
because I feel like he might be either very much reserved and too reserved where people are not trying to see him or
Sure.
he don't want to deal with that, or he can just be that nice, that bright light that people expect him to be.
Absolutely.
So
That's the cast. We
I'm
did it.
excited.
I'm
We
very
did it.
excited. So that is the cast of Celebrity Big Brother season 3. Now we know a couple things like we talked about at the start. We know it premieres on Wednesday the 2nd, and the finale is Wednesday the 23rd of February. As far as what our schedule is going to be,
We'll figure that out.
we honestly haven't decided yet because we didn't know this was happening today. Um, so as soon as we know, we'll be live for the premiere and we'll be live for the finale. And that's about all we know right now. Hopefully we'll be live a couple times a week doing all the things, doing episode recaps, doing live feed updates. Hopefully all 5 of our Cup co-hosts will be here to kind of jump in and mix and mingle. We were the only ones available tonight, so that's why we're here. But But nevertheless, as soon as we know what our schedule is going to be, y'all will know on our Twitter at @thecup_reality, linked below. So make sure to go check that out. Follow us as well. And all of our live streams will be happening on Twitch for the season. So make sure to check us out at twitch.tv/thecupofreality. And we'll also be broadcasted on Twitter, because we do that with the videos going up either the same night or the next morning on YouTube. So whether you're watching with us live or whether you're watching after, thank you so much for joining us. Lana, I want to ask before we close, who's your winner pick?
I would be remiss, as the NSYNC superfan that I am, to not say Chris Kirkpatrick.
Sure.
I am a fan. I love that man so very much. So I want him to do well. But I would say between him and Carson, actually.
Yeah, I mean, so my personal pick, like my personal favorite, is going to go to Carson.
Mm-hmm.
My winner pick, however, I'm going to do a shot in the dark, and I don't know how this is going to go for me, but I'm picking Misha, because I know nothing about her, and I don't know. The universe is saying Misha, so I'm going to go Misha.
I fear that's a good pick. I fear Misha could be one of those people that shows that she's great competitively, and people be like, "Oof, she got to go." Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely could see that as well. I would not be surprised in the slightest if that happened. But yes, so that's what we think. What do y'all think? Make sure to comment at us on Twitter, all that kind of stuff. And we will be back on Wednesday. We'll be back on Wednesday talking about the premiere, probably right after the episode airs. So make sure to tune in for that. Our schedule will be up very shortly on Twitter at @thecup_reality. And with that, Lana, cheers, my love.
Cheers to you, love. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye now. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.
We love you. Bye.
Bye. Go home.
Go.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
No.